2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Indianapolis, Indiana. That's the scene for the Summit. He has an upside that is still growing. Jason Tatum has his fans salivating for more. And he'll look to get his team going tonight as they get ready for game time at Bankers Life Field now. Celtics, Pacers. He is next, and he'll be right back. Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Murphy, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge from the sidelines. And the injury story when you're missing two players, including a starter, a lot of changes, rotations, and roles.
Two players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Butler and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward, and Tatum at the 4, and it's Cancer in at the center. And for the Pacers, it's Warren and Leaf, they're the forwards, and then Oladipo, the basket two. On the bench. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because the goals were set. But I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team tonight, maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the league.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Tatum no good. Walker against Rodgers. Turner pops up. And Oladipo gets the turn. Hayward grabs the board. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Celtics. Here's Tatum. He finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
Has to leave. Shot clock at 6. Oladipo for 3. It's fouled. No good. And it's Boston the other way. This game against Indiana, the first time they met this year.
Yeah, some history here, though, of course. They won that first round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
Pacers are gone just 1-4 to get this game started. Here's Warren. That one good for 2.
It's about all you can do as a defender. Warrington just that talented and has that kind of focus when necessary.
Walker against Brogdon. The 3 from Tatum. They get the rebound. Cantor, the pass to Tatum. Hayward with the ball. Brown outside. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow.
To go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Pacers shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Well, when you think of Miles Turner, one word that's always been attached to his name is potential. This guy is still young. He can make shots as a face-up guy. He's a tremendous shot blocker. Just continue to refine your skills.
Shots good by Walker.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Lee. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Lee kicks to Warren. In Indiana moving it around. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Moves back up. Leaf, no good.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Walker dishes to Tatum. Over in the corner, Brown. Knocks down the three ball.
Well, this is a shot that Jaylen Brown must make consistently. Nice seeing him start to look confident, stroking it from deep.
Passes to Turner. Brogdon outside. To the middle. And Turner, the basket on the Turner's got 5 points so far.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
And one thing I like about Brogdon is his size. A huge 16 wingspan for guard gives him an advantage in matchups. It lets him finish over smaller defenders as well.
Keep on the floor. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Daniel Tice is checked in for Kansas. Robert Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. Marcus Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. And Greg, with Brogdon and his size, it allows flexibility on defense as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes switching on the pick and roll easier with him at the top. There's a lot of flash at how Brogdon plays on the floor. You can't deny how impactful he is in all facets.
And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Outside Holiday. Lays it up and banks it in.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Smart passes to Tice. There's Brown with the three. And no good that time. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Up to Lamb. Here's the three. Rebound by Williams.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Now, here's Tice. No points in the game yet for him. Holiday against Smart. Shot clock at 5. He had a nice open look right there.
And he is really in his zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's McConnell. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Clippers.
But the defense had tons of difficulty covering him. They kept putting him at the line, and he burned them.
Now it's Smart. After Jeremy Lamb's three-pointer that didn't go. And it's blocked. McConnell scanning the floor. And a wide open look for Lamb. Lamb missing again.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Smart gets to Brown. And against the basket. Officials blowing the whistle. Chance at the line for one more.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Free throw of the game right now. Celtics making a switch here. Poirier's checked in.
And for Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, he has worked so hard on his mechanics, and that's paid dividends in terms of his confidence, guys.
They can use a good shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions right now. They need a basket.
And even a 3-on-3 break. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And finished off by Brown.
Breaking out the statue of liberty on that
A
dog.
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. The Pacers trail by 7. The pass to McConnell. Kicks the Lamb. Holiday left side. The Lamb. And he the push forwards in the butts. Boston on top. They're up by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. In being curious about Victor Oladipo's overall philosophy, listen to this.
The biggest thing is just relentlessness. No matter what's going on, no matter how hard you want to do well, or if you mess up, just keep going. Just keep playing hard. Just give it your all, and you can live with the results after that. Because you know you gave it 110%.
You know, Greg, I haven't ever heard anyone question his effort.
He came into the league as a raw athlete. Now he's a skilled assassin.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Celtics, Starting Brown outside on the wings. Then there's Daniel Tice, and it's Wanamaker into the point. Now, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more three-role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. That being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. And obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well. So when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Here's McConnell. Kemba Walker making his last shot. No one near two as he lets it go. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Walker. Takes it off the glass. Walker's got 9 now for Boston.
Well, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Outside Warren. Puts it up from 17. And Boston with the rebound.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And here's Tatum for 3. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. The Pacers shooting around 29% from the floor. It's up time for them all around on the offensive end. It's Brogdon on the wing. 6 to 3-pointers. Brogdon standing himself in the court with 3 there.
There's so much confidence right now with Malcolm Brogdon. The catch and shoot, so pretty.
And 3 from Tatum. It's the 3-point bomb. Tatum's got the lead back up to 9 now for Boston.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
So the Pacers call timeout. Their first of the game. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And you can say they probably were in control for 3 quarters of that game, but in that fourth quarter, man, they just fell apart.
Gordon Hayward's kept in for the Celtics. Outside Warren. Brogdon outside. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Boston leading by 9. And it's Walker penetrating. And good that time. Walker's got 8 points.
Well, a big part of what Kemba Walker does that makes him dangerous, scoring off the move. How about that body control, guys?
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Olden.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. There will be a a subtle but significant change on the court this season. Wilson is now the official basketball supplier for the NBA and its affiliated leagues. Association's original supplier started in 1946. Now, after a nearly 4-decade hiatus, Wilson reclaims that position. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thank you. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting for the position.
There's a level of aggressiveness and assertiveness from Kemba Walker right now. He's putting the defender in a bind. Nothing you can do but power.
Tonight, Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Kemba Walker gets them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Brogdon the pass to Leaf. Back to Brogdon. Pass to Turner. Outside Warren. Pocket 6. No good on the shot. Williams with the defensive effort.
It's a plus 9 advantage more than been rebounding after that.
Walker surveying the floor. Hayward outside. That's the 3 fly. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for Indiana. Trailing by 13. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And yes, it's good.
Well, there's a certain aggressiveness and assertiveness with which Victor Oladipo approaches the game. That's a pretty play through contact.
Now here's Walker. He's got 10. A 3 from Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Now here's Brogdon. And Oladipo, here we go. Got it in the second. Time now to just run on the basket from Turner.
You can get a real sense that Victor Oladipo loves sharing the wealth. What a nice look.
Now it's timeout called by Boston.
And with Victor Oladipo, the impact he has on the score. But you can't discount how great he is as a defender.
Oh, there's no doubt, Greg. Think about it. The last time he played a full season, he was first-team All-NBA defense. This guy has great length on his arms. He can cause a lot of miscues with his ability to pressure, and he's strong enough to deal with wings as well. So there's a versatility there that you love.
Pacers trail by 12. 1:11 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Oladipo. Here's the corner. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
I think I like the skill set of Doug McDermott. He's a phenomenal shooter, and he's got tremendous range. Boy, you think about Doug McDermott the last few years with the incredible shooting he brings, he's also been efficient. And though the volume is limited, this guy has done as good a job as he can picking his spots.
Now Smart. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Cut the line. Here's Tice. First shot, first basket. He's on the blocks fast.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed him to build this league.
46 seconds left in the first half of the game. Oladipo for 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Brown. Tice kicks to Hayward. Smart against Helen. Smart passes to Hayward. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Hayward's got 6 here in this quarter.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Oladipo with the ball. He has 5. Can't get stopped. They're leading 15 going into the break. Offensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernest Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Kajewski. A tremendous game we're seeing from Jaylen Brown. He had 14 points and 1 rebound. It's been quite a night so far for him. What's your take on Boston so far?
It's almost impossible to be honest than they were in the first half. They made just about everything they looked at. Even when they were taking bad shots, they were hitting them. They probably can't stay that hot all game.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana? And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first 3 quarters.
Well, one of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
After the ability from the backcourt duo, it's Warren and Leaf. They're the forwards, and it's Turner and the 5 down low. They're the group for Nate McMillan start the second half. This is a team you think has the toughest offensive stuff in the NBA.
You know, in their heyday, it was the Warriors, no doubt about it. Now, things have changed a little bit. It's a tough one to say. The Bucks seem to be amazing at what they're doing with Giannis. The Rockets with that 1-2 punch, and Harden and Westbrook is incredible. And don't speak on the Lakers or the Clippers, partner. Right now, there's a few of them out there that I would use a lot of sleep over trying to prepare to play against.
I'm glad you included the 2 LA teams.
And how about the last 5 made shots come off in threes? The defense is just giving up in barrage.
Back to the basketball at April. Back to Brogdon. Shoots the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Brogdon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Third quarter here, 0 from them in the half inning. A nice shot by Tatum.
I think there's a strength that belies that frame of Jason Tatum. He just powers right through right there.
Pacers trail by 6. That's there in the end. The Suns will talk it over. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
McConnell's cutting in. Austin also with the sub. Poirier's checked in. Got that bucket. And he's got 6.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Walker against Brogdon. Here's Tatum. It's all in by Leaf.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
And the wide open shot from Willard. And the Pacers on another 3.
Boy, that's confidence right there. TJ Warren understands when to pull up off the bounce.
Walker in the post. He's guarded by Brogdon. And it's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Warren, that's for 2. And he will slip one in. Sinking right through off the back line.
Great start to the second half. They hit everything they've looked at thus far.
Walker against Brogdon. A 3 from Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Tatum's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And Jason Tatum is the complete package on the offensive end. He can drive it, he can get to the mid-range, and now the three-point shot.
Pass to Warren. A 15-footer, and there are the Pacers with
You like to see since the half now. He's finally starting to come around.
now. Time on Boston. McDermott comes in for Leaf. And it's landed there for Malcolm Brogdon. Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. Marcus Smart comes in for Brown.
And T.J. Warren has always been able to score. Production, whether he's playing the three.
Greg, the numbers have never been a concern for T.J. Warren. He's always been a solid scorer. He's increased his efficiency. He's leaned a little bit more heavily on the three-point opportunity, which is so important. For him, to me, it's about staying healthy.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots in the game right here.
Gotta admire what he's been doing this season. How about over 90%?
As a young man growing up in New York, Kemba Walker was part of a performance team. And this young man is a performer between the lines as a basketball player. There's a bit of improvisation there as well.
Philadelphia Todd says check in for Warren. McConnell passes to Turner. Now McConnell. Inside. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Right, this is the size of Miles Turner because he's so skilled and using.
Finishes an eight list of free throw. 5 for 5. Williams is checked in for Enes Kanter. All free throws good from Turner. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And here's Walker. 12 points for him. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum wide open. He fires one. That falls. Nice speed that time from Walker. Walker's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. This is it to be Thompson. McConnell with it. The pass to be Thompson. Nice pass. Under the rack perfectly for the layup.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Here's Walker. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. 6 to shoot. Back to Tatum. Good rebound by Turner. Turner's got his fourth rebound with that last one. Gets it out. Now here's Lamb. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Snyder's the three. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tice has got his fourth rebound in this one. Turner against Walker. There's Tatum. Score the basket is 8 for 13 from the floor.
You have to be willing to shoulder the offensive burden. I think Jason Tatum is built for it.
There's 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. Turner against Williams. And he gets it to go. Turner's got 11.
Okay, Miles Turner going to the mid-range. Money in the bank for that guy.
Celtics leading by 11. Now Walker, 12 points for him. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. 5 seconds separating the shot from game clocks. Gets it down to single digits. It's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. Feeds to Tatum. And slammed up by Tatum.
Now, how about the awareness of Kemba Walker? Make your teammate feel good with a pretty pass, Kemba.
Lamb passes to McConnell. The train. He can't finish on. Moving on, the 11-point version as we get ready to take a break. And the three-point shot has been big for him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now let's go back to the play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Boston, Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. Marcus Smart is out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Tice in the 7. Bitadze, the pass to Oladipo. The 11-footer. Bitadze, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Bitadze's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pacers. To the inside. And throws it down.
Oh, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
Outside Holiday. Oladipo against Brown. And Oladipo, here we go. And taken away by Brown. Here's Smart. Second shot opportunity. And Tice finishes inside. And the Celtics lead by 13.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Lamb. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Great, good to see Jeremy Lamb back on the floor after his injury. He can still be a productive wing, you think, off the bench for this team.
No doubt about it. More of a finisher for this team. Didn't have any lingering effects of coming off that ACL. His game's diverse enough to get shots anywhere in the half court, and he'll continue to be a productive player for the foreseeable future.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. They checked in for Goga Bitadze. Warren comes in for McDermott, and Brockton subbed in for Aaron Holiday. Tatum gets the smoke. It's Brown on the wing. Over Oladipo, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Brown's got 4 points this quarter.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
And that one, good.
You want to talk about an NBA player who has poise and vision? That's Malcolm Brogdon doing work with the pass. That is nicely done.
Smart with the ball. Down low, intercepted. Oladipo, shooting down. And the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Smart.
Well, this is where the speed and athleticism of Victor Oladipo can be overwhelming. Defenders in a bind.
Great, you look at the career of Victor Oladipo, drafted second overall out of Indiana, but didn't break out in his NBA career until coming to the Pacers. A bit of a late bloomer.
And Kevin, Oladipo is a prime example of some players just needing time. It also shows you how much the right situation helps the player. Oladipo always had the talent. He just found a place to foster it. And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but it's no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Quick shot there, and it's off target.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that side, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you can see on that possession, one side playing with a little losing focus.
Boston making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. His demeanor was not one of the coach. His team was well ahead. He said, this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
Look for Warren. He goes up again. Leaf, no good. Celtics leading by 10. Outside, Walker. That's good. Best in number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
Boy, the knack for scoring inside one of Kemba Walker's most special skills. Wow.
Over in the corner, Warren. Good. It's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 4 assists now tonight.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
The elbow is Brown. Back to Walker. In the corner, it's Hayward. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, Gordon Hayward answering back with a big-time three of his own.
Oladipo outside. To the right wing. Here's Lee. Over Zion. Leave, no good. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up to the Celtics. They led by as many as 18 points. In the corner, it's Hayward. Brown outside. Outside, Walker. The Celtics need to get a shot on for 3. Hayward. Again, Boston with the triple.
And then, guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Boston.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just sitting games to be proud of.
And so looking at the number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was.
And slowdowns on it.
A big part of their success was his ability.
With Beyonce's name being on the list, saying that there's powers that be that didn't want to put like, or the judge didn't believe it. Some shit she was saying. She saying.
Here's Simpson, and they call the foul. So a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Nice job creating for the easy hits.
.107 left to play here in the fourth. And here's Walker. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too late.
The first one falls. Kemba Walker hits them both. 34 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Has to be Johnson. On 8. Off the left rim and out.
Well, they get into the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
Now here's Walker. They double team Walker. Pass to Green to the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Walker. Pass to Yards. Grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the ball out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Olin. This is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.